Okay, good evening. This is a video about computer technology, but I like to watch monkeys too. These are the proboscis monkeys. Anyway, so today we're talking about technology in education. Let's start off with standards. I found that the standards for students were the more useful of the standards. In fact, I made my questions. We'll get to this later, but here's some questions about whether you are effectively using technology. For example, is my class and my use of technology enabling students to view themselves as empowered learners? So these questions are based on the standards presented by the ISTE on student use of technology. Okay, so we want to cultivate these qualities in our students: being empowered learners, digital citizens, knowledge constructors, innovative designers, computational thinkers, creative communicators, global collaborators. These are all really great aspirational things, and I think it's good to keep them in mind when you're working on creating your lesson plan, although you can't be distracted by too lofty of goals, because these are certainly lofty goals, but it's something that you can work toward every day. Okay, so let's move on to the next part of this project. So, questions. So I interviewed some teachers about their use of technology, and these are the questions I used. What is your name? How do you use technology in the classroom? How do you use online quizzes or surveys? Do you use technology tools to help you grade? This one is kind of important to me. What are some technology tools that most teachers don't use but they should? What's the right balance of using technology versus using too much? What technology for teaching should be invented? I like that one. Some good ideas. How do we encourage the responsible use of digital technologies, and what level do you teach? Alright, let's take a look at some of the examples. So I interviewed two of my fellow trainees at Teach Now, Andrew and Haley. Thank you very much, Andrew and Haley. I really like Andrew's answers. Okay, so he uses PowerPoint. Sometimes he uses paper-based quizzes. I like this suggestion. What are some technology tools most teachers don't use but they should? I think getting students to record audio or video answers is a great way to use technology. Yes, I agree with that, and I have not done that, so I think I should start to do that. What's the right balance of using technology versus using too much technology? I think it's important to first set your learning objectives. Then you can consider how using technology will help you achieve those learning objectives by making the students more engaged, or differentiating, or being more efficient in the distribution of materials. Okay, this is a really great answer. Once again, objectives are actually more important than technology, so focus on that first. Let's take a look at Haley's. Haley teaches really young kids, so she kind of had to think about different stuff. You know, she's talking about here, how do we encourage responsible use of digital technologies? Okay, so she talks to the parents of her students about being responsible because they're so young, especially not having too much screen time. So I also interviewed one of my colleagues who teaches science, and I interviewed an old friend of mine who teaches at the college level, and they also gave interesting answers. I especially like the way they use technology to help them grade. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so lesson plan. Andrew was nice enough, in fact his girlfriend was nice enough to share a lesson plan with me. Okay, so here's the lesson plan. Basically it's a geography lesson. She's teaching about energy use in different countries, and there's a step here where students will choose a country, keep it secret, and then make a pie chart about the energy usage in that country, and then other students will get it. Okay, so this was the feedback. Basically, what I said was that I think this is a really good use of technology, and it hits a lot of my questions. Okay, so let's take a look at these questions. Is my class and my use of technology enabling students to view themselves as empowered learners? Yes. She's empowering learners by teaching them to seek out their own knowledge. Am I giving students opportunities to create, curate, and repackage information with their own flavor? Yes, they're doing that. Am I showing students how to use technology to maximize their learning? Kind of, so-so. Am I cultivating students in their roles as global citizens? Yes, they're studying the world. Am I encouraging students to collaborate with each other and with people outside the classroom? Yes, they're collaborating with each other, they're teaching each other. So I gave Andrew's girlfriend an A for this lesson plan. Okay, so I'm almost out of time. So yes, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I think I will work on my use of technology in the classroom.